Personally, I feel like I could talk about depression for hours and hours and you still wouldn't get a good enough idea of what it truly is. I was first diagnosed with depression 2 days before my 16th birthday. My initial reaction was mainly a sense of relief. The fact that I didn't have to hide it from anyone anymore. I could easily say to people, look, I'm depressed. There's a reason why I'm upset. Did I ever feel guilty about it? There were parts of me that felt guilty about hiding it, but at the same time, I would think the way depression works, it makes you so wrapped up in yourself, you hardly notice anyone else. Those of my family who found out were very upset. I think just because they didn't want to cope with, like, deal with the fact that I was depressed. They wanted me to be happy. My mum took it quite badly. I think there was a part of blaming herself, but she has been very supportive about it. My dad doesn't know because I haven't told him. It's never really been relevant. I started self-harming when I was 12 years old. I mainly started because my friends who I'd just met in secondary school were a little bit older than me, so obviously they were cooler, and they were part of the emo crowd. I think several of them self-harmed, and hence I was sitting there thinking, oh, that will get me in with the crowd. It slowly grew into something a lot more sinister. There's a definite paradox between the self-harm and not telling anyone. I found that I was self-harming so that people would realise that I was feeling depressed and awful about myself, but at the same time, I didn't tell anyone about it. The process of self-harming, it becomes almost automatic after you've done it a few times. I mean, now, if I don't feel great, it will be straight to thinking, right, it'll be straight to thoughts of self-harm. It's not something that ever goes away. Once you've got it, it does kind of stay with you for life, but it does get easier to deal with. I first got into photography when I was about 14. I picked up the camera and kind of had a play around, started taking random photos around the house and just kind of picked it up from there. I love photography because it is like capturing a moment forever, whether it be happy or sad. You've got a perfect copy of it. My last photo shoot was based on the poem Monday's Child, to kind of come to terms with the fact that I've finally moved out of my childhood home and it's been a big kind of move for me. So yeah, we did a photo for each line of that. I think the most important thing for young girls and young boys to realise is that, self-harming is not part of being a teenager. I wouldn't say that I'm at all embarrassed of my past. It's something that I couldn't control. I'm the kind of person who's very, very open about my depression because I don't feel like it's something that needs to be hidden from the world. It's a part of me, it's a part of who I am, and it's a part of how I came to be here.